Welcome back to Shifted Reality, Season 2, Episode 14. This is going to be going live, hopefully, on our 1-year anniversary of the Shifted Reality. Now, in today's episode, we are going to start getting into some additional infrastructure projects. Yes?
Bridge.
What?
Bridge.
What about the bridge? We'll get around to it.
Bridge.
Alright, where did you want the bridge again?
Follow me.
I know we talked about it a little bit, but come on.
Alright, so I figured we could have a bridge somewhere around here. I was thinking we could have a bridge from this island to that island. 1, so then it's easier to get animals from over there to over here. And 2, so then we can move all of our tree farming from over in this area where we're building to over there.
Because you are hard to keep in frame.
I know. It's because of my fast horse.
Alright, if they want me to move this, our tree farm, I need to do it quick. What? Oh, that guy's a menace. We need to do something about him. Alright, comment below if you have an idea of what we should do about this guy and all the pranks he keeps pulling on everybody.
Build a world, just us two. Blocks and pixels, sky so blue. Leave behind reality's hues. Here our dreams always come true. Shifted reality calls to me. In Minecraft's world we are free. Crafting stories wild and gleefully. Shifted reality, come and see. Creeping vines, endless skies. Adventure beneath moonlit ties. In this land, no need for goodbyes. Our digital kingdom never lies. Shifted reality calls to me. In Minecraft's world, we are free. Crafting stories wild and gleefully. Shifted reality, come and see. Escape to where the wild winds blow. Where hold my hand, let our laughter grow. Shifted reality, let's go. Let's go. Shifted reality calls to me. In Minecraft's world we are free. Crafting stories wild and gleefully. Shifted reality, come and see. Build a world, just us two. Blocks and pixels, sky so blue. Leave behind reality's hues. Shifted reality, me and you.
Well, it feels like it's been forever since the last time we had a time lapse. What did you think of that? What's up, Mr. Turtle? Also, I'm testing out a new microphone, so let me know how well you think the sound quality is, or if it's better than before or with this one. And this is something I want to show off with the Actions and Stuff resource pack. I didn't know this was going to happen. But, some of you might find this cute. When you're swimming underwater with the Action and Stuff texture pack and wearing a turtle shell, the turtle pops out and swims with you. Look at him go, he's my little buddy. And he pops back in when you get on land. I love it. Look at him, he's so cute. I love it. And back in. I love actions and stuff. So now you see the problem. We wanted to keep this waterway traversable by the sailboats. And even though I put the central mast sail on this one lower than my initial idea that I did, well, it's still, I mean, pretty tall. If I wanted to put any kind of arch bridge system that would go over it, I'd have to put the start like way back here in order to get an apex that would clear those masts and allow it to go under. And that's a little bit strong and not quite what we're going for. So I've kind of reached out to Redor to see if he can't help me come up with an idea for redstone that would make it believable that you can cross over here. Now I know there's a couple of tutorials out there about making flying bridges that will extend out and come back, but they all operate on a principle of about 10 blocks or so, and unfortunately we have almost 35 from one side to the other. So while we ponder how we solve that, I needed to move on to other projects and something else to work on. And I did have one idea. It's a little bit of a maybe an easy idea. When I was building this ship, my inspiration idea I had was the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. And that's why I went with the deep slate tiles because, granted deep slate is a stone, not a wood. I did think the pattern was similar enough to the planks that it could work. And overall, I generally like the nice dark black ship. And then I was thinking, that first opening scene of the original Pirates of the Caribbean where Jack Sparrow's coming in on his little dinghy and it's slowly sinking? One of the things that they showed was the pirates that were in cages hung out over the harbor as a warning to other pirates of the brutality of their punishment. And I actually think that could be kind of fun to put in here. And I'm probably just going to start with, one, and I might add others in the future. But of course, I need someone who doesn't look anything like our villagers because you gotta have it a little bit different. So I'm like, a while back while I was exploring, I came across a naturally generated swamp biome village. And yes, I know what you're saying, those don't exist. But if you follow my threads, you would actually see that I did actually find one. So I'm going to go and get a swamp villager to hang out over my harbor as a warning for other would-be pirates who might otherwise want to pillage and plunder our fair Frosthaven Cove. But in order to make the trip a little bit easier, we went ahead and purchased some magical books from Wasay, and we're going to enchant our trident with Mending and Riptide. And let's go ahead and, as with all of our things, we are going to go ahead and label it just to kind of keep track of how many times we have to replace it, since we are in a hard world with keep inventory off. Sometimes you lose everything and have to regrind to replace things, and it's fun to keep a record of how many things you go through. Well, at least I think it's fun. And once I fix this up with some villager trades, we'll be ready to go off and take our journey. It's a little bit ways away, and it's going to be kind of a pain to get back with a villager, but once we do, we will have a swamp villager to keep and a pirate cage out over our harbor. Now, unfortunately, most of this journey so far has been over the ocean, so we should be able to boat most of the way back, and that'll take care of most of the annoyances of transporting villagers. But, this is why I wanted the trident, is so that we could just hop in and out and save our rockets for a little later when we're stuck over land. Now, here's the secret to how this rare and supposedly impossible village spawned. It was actually a spruce biome village, but because the center of the village is right on the border of a spruce and a swamp, part of the village happened to spawn inside the swamp biome, creating some naturally spawned swamp villagers. And these are the guys we are going to kidnap and hold hostage as our pirates. I don't want the spruce guys, I just want one of these swamp guys. Let's see if I can get out here without getting stuck on the path block. There we go. And just like that, we have just kidnapped a naturally spawned swamp villager, which is so rare in Minecraft, it's not funny. And now let's get out of here back home. Oh man, there's some weird terrain generation out here. What do you think? Next season, should we try and find the most outrageous terrain generation and see what we can do making our base out of that? Because that is just crazy. It's almost like the floating mountains of Pandora from the Avatar movie. All I would have to do is just cut off this bottom bit. Leave a comment down below what you think of some crazy terrain generation and if you've ever built a base on that. And there we have it, our pirate cage. Now the tricky part is getting our villager out of the boat and into there. So, I think I can do it. Alright, we more or less have him in place where he can't escape. Let's break the boat. Get our copper grates out. Kind of nudge him in place a little bit. Okay, that one's good. One more to go. Get in there. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We have him trapped. Now we just clean up the mess of all the dirt blocks. Kill off the zombies that are trying to kill us. That'll actually be kind of interesting. I wonder how many zombies will be like congregating under him all the time now. And there we go. That'll teach you for engaging in piracy in your own home that we, totally did not kidnap you from. Alright, now, of course, naturally anybody that comes along is going to see this guy in there and be like, why is he in there? Well, we gotta make sure people know of his crimes. Here be Captain Merkshadow, guilty of high piracy and treason. And we'll just let that oxidize a bit. We will be applying honey wax at a specific wax condition, but it's going to take a little while since you must craft trapdoors in their shiny copper state. It will be coming. So while I've been waiting for my cage to oxidize, I've been flattening out this area to prepare it for some future builds. Basically, even when the villagers are wandering around, and even though there's a ton of workstations down here, none of the villagers are ever wandering back in this direction. And I'm thinking it's just because it's outside of the range of what they consider to be the village. So I plan to put in a second villager breeder right around here or so. And then we're going to build up some additional houses. I'm thinking I should probably put some houses along here with the backs facing eggs base just to help separate it out, because otherwise I don't really know what to do with this border. And over here I put up a rather nifty looking entrance to this natural cave just to try and make it look more like a purposeful mine shaft. And, so high because the cave was that tall. But otherwise, other parts of these caves are probably going to get backfilled in a little bit just so that we don't have it. And a bunch of trapped zombies. Actually, I haven't decided whether or not I am going to backfill or cover up that cave entrance there. Or it also kind of connects over here a little bit. But otherwise, we're going to build up a wall and tier system for our village. Kind of similar to what we put down at the boardwalk. Only difference is I'm going to use tough for this next layer just so that it's not quite so gray on this level. Alright, well before I show you the fruits of our labor, I'm in a little bit of a bind. I went through the portal because I was heading to check some other parts of the world out. And as soon as I went through the portal, a creeper blew up. And I know if I go through the portal again, it's going to connect to one of my neighbor's portals and screw the whole system up. So I need to get back into the nether, collect my stuff, and relight my portal and go through it to reestablish the network. Fortunately, however, our neighbor Tyler has recently set up his own portal. I know he hasn't posted an episode lately, but I'm sure it'll be coming once things get settled, and his portal is going to be our savior. Oh, I like the custom tree around his portal. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know why custom trees really intimidate me. I don't really work with them. But let's go. Oh, so much. Oh my gosh. How much stuff fell down there. Alright, lucky for me, I did have a flint on me. So I can relight this and go on through. Alright, I didn't lose anything, and I have plenty more netherrack to fill this in. I'm seeing some dripping lava, so I'm kind of lucky I didn't accidentally create a lava flow that destroyed everything. There it is. Yeah, I just did that because I don't want a creeper explosion to also cause a lava flow to destroy my stuff. But thank you, Tyler. Your portal near mine saved my life. Well, my stuff. And then, of course, what do I find but a dog wandering the nether tunnels? I mean, come on, people. We have safe pet leash laws for a reason. So I'm just going to leave you here in the shopping district. Lost dog, 1 diamond fine. I mean, you gotta find them for losing their pets, because if you don't, they never learn to keep them on leashes. There we go. Once again, pristine tunnel. Although the ice no longer goes directly up to the portal, but that's okay. Let's... Oh, there's damage behind the portal too. There we go. All better. It's so peaceful watching the sunset over my harbor and cranes. But let's go take a look at where we're at. I think I underestimated how much room I needed to put in another villager breeder right here, but that's okay. These guys will be soon enough breeding up new little baby villagers. The baby villagers will come along, hit the treasure plate, leave the breeder, and never be able to return because villagers can't open gates for whatever reason. I know it's not always exciting to do these large infrastructure projects, but I mean, look at the space we have for a couple of new houses. And these are probably going to be smaller houses than the previous houses I've made so that we can fit a few more in here just to help populate and get the villager breeders out here. And infrastructure projects may not be the most exciting thing to be working on because it's just a lot of repeating the same thing over and over again. But it is very satisfying when it is done and really makes such a huge difference on your overall world. So I highly recommend you get on it and take care of it. Otherwise, Minecraft Live was today. And they revealed the new mob, the Happy Ghast. And my daughter is up here at the highest peak of our base. where she is building a new tower to add in to the overall build. And I know one of the things that she was thinking about doing when she gets to the top of the tower is to put in what she was saying was going to be an elytra landing station. But with the Happy Gas coming along soon, I think it might be fun to turn it into a gassed docking station. What do you think? Leave a comment down below what your plans are with the new Minecraft updates that are coming. And that, dear viewer, marks my turtle popped up. And that, dear viewer, marks the end of 1 year of Shifted Reality, where we did in fact manage to achieve 200 subscribers in that first year. Not the most viral growth, but given the saturated market of YouTube and Minecraft channels, I think that's pretty reasonable. So thank you for coming along this journey, especially those who have been here from the beginning. And I hope to see you all next time. And we will aim to hit another 300 subscribers in year 2. Thank you for watching, and come back next week for another episode of Shifted Reality Season 2. Goodbye, everyone. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us to get that 300 new subscribers before this time in 2026. Bye.